that time again. It's time for another update on 101 Pans. This is 101 Pans Update 5.
The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll
This is a really great update. If you want to know if I hit any pans, then just make sure to keep on watching. But first, make sure you guys subscribe by clicking that subscribe button. Also, while you're at it, be sure to turn on those notifications so that YouTube will notify you every time I upload. All you have to do is click the little bell and bam, you're good to go. I'm excited to share with you guys my progress on this update.
and on we'll go.
Hi, how is everybody? Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new here, hello, how are you? Welcome to the family. My name is Rose. I'm a girl boss on a budget who loves to save money and project pan. Today's video is my 101 Pans Update 5. The original creator of 101 Pans is Liz Plans and Pans over on Instagram. Well, she used to be. I'm not sure what happened to her. She took a break and basically never come back. I wish her well and hope everything is okay. My dates on this is 10/27 of 2019, and then it is ongoing until 12/31 of this year, and the objective is to try to hit 101 pans of eyeshadow. How I have been doing this is I am counting everything that I hit pan on towards my 101 pans, but I'm only doing my videos, my YouTube videos with like actual eyeshadows, picking 4 palettes with 2 shades per palette. Let's go ahead and get into it. I will share with you from the oldest palette that's been in the longest and the progress, and if there's any pans. I do want to let you know that I do have 2 pans to share on this update in the same palette, which is quite impressive. I will start with the palette that's been in the longest in this project. 2 updates ago, I decided to change my rule of thumb on after approximately 3 months of use on a palette and or between 30 to 35 uses on a shadow. If I don't hit pan either between those 2 things, then I am choosing to roll out the palette and will be able to roll in something new. And of course, I pick everything roulette style, but I am giving myself the freedom to choose my 2 shades in the palettes. I will have that video linked in the cards if you want to go check it out. I can explain in better detail. That brings me to the LA Girl Haute Heat. This has been in the project since January 26th of this year. Actually, the Haute Heat palette has been in since December, so it is definitely time to roll this out. I just not been feeling successful with it, and I've given it a good over 4 months in the project, so it's definitely going to be rolled out. And I have to look down at my notes, you guys. I got to admit, I was going to roll this out on the last update, but I didn't. I wanted to try to at least work on it some more. I had the shades Fiesta and Vacay right here. I got to admit, I haven't used this palette at all this past month. It's been a crazy month and a lot has happened. As you guys know, I took a little break from YouTube and everything. My birthday came, so I had a lot of new stuff coming in, so a lot of my projects got neglected. I mean, I was still able to focus on some of my those eyeshadows, hence how I have 2 pans to share with you guys. But this one just didn't get used at all. So it's still the same amount of use from the last update, which is Vacay has 13 uses and Fiesta has 12 uses. This palette is definitely going to get rolled out today, and we will be picking another palette to replace this through my Wheel Decide app on Facebook, and then whichever palette it chooses, I then pick my own 2 shades from the palette. Let's go ahead and I'll share with you guys the next palette that has been in rotation, and that is the ColourPop Mar palette. And this palette got rolled in on January 26th. I could technically roll this out, but I'm going to keep it in for another month and I had the shades My Way and Top Down, and the shade My Way I have used it a total of 18 times, which is crazy because I mean you can kind of see a dip but not nothing too drastic. And Top Down I have used 14 times, which is nuts because it doesn't look like there's a lot of progress. There's a little bit of a dip, but not nothing too drastic. ColourPop eyeshadows are definitely hard to hit pan on. I've been hearing that a lot, and it is definitely a true statement. I will keep this in the project for another month, so that way I'm not choosing all new palettes. But no pans yet on that. And then the third palette is my Friendcation palette from the Desi x Katy Dose of Colors collection. And I had the shades Basic and Just a Kiss. This palette was also rolled in on January 26th. I had 3 palettes that were rolled in. And I have used Basic a total of 15 times so far. And Just a Kiss I have used 13 times so far. And it's progress, but just nothing too crazy and not a whole lot of progress. And again, I could technically roll this out because it's been in for over 3 months, but I want to try to keep these 2 in. I'll be rolling 2 out with the palette I hit pan on, the 2 pans on. So she will go ahead and stay in the project for at least another update as well. And then the last palette was my Makeup Revolution Emily the Once palette. I hit pan in both of my shades in this palette, you guys. They're pretty loosely packed and they're not really deep of pans, which was made it pretty easy for me to hit pan on these. So as you can see, I hit pan on this shade Oh Heavens after 32 uses, which is my going average rate and number to hit pan so far. And then I hit pan on the shade Prayer after 34 uses. So I hit 2 pans in the same palette, which is very impressive. That's the first time since I've been doing this project that I was managed to hit both pans in the same palette, so that's kind of neat. This palette will be getting rolled out as well as the Hot Heat, and we will pick 2 new palettes. Let me go ahead and pull up my Wheel Decide app. I got my wheel pulled up. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel and pick 2 new palettes. Morphe's 35V palette and ColourPop's Through My Eyes. Oh Lord, another ColourPop palette. They are so hard to hit pan on. Okay, so let me go get those 2 palettes and I will come back and I will pick my 2 shadows and share with you guys. Okay, I'm ready. I picked my 2 shades from each palette, so let's go ahead and I will share with you the shades that I chose from the Through My Eyes palette from ColourPop. This is the I Love Static E and ColourPop collaboration. It is really beautiful palette. I'm actually glad that it chose this. I'm always glad whenever it chooses any palette that I haven't reached for in a while. It gives me a chance to kind of reach for it. And even though, you know, I'm only technically panning 1 shadow in a palette, that doesn't mean I won't use other shades in conjunction with that shadow that I'm panning, just as long as I'm really trying to focus on panning the 1 shade. Just wanted to put that out there. I know a lot of people think that they can only use the 1 shadow they're trying to pan and nothing else in these gorgeous palettes, and that's definitely not the case. I mean, everybody pans differently. You can pan it however you prefer, but me, I definitely want to use the rest of this gorgeous palette as well. With that being said, the 2 shadows that I ended up choosing is, of course, something easy, a gimme shade, which is this real light cream shade called In a Wink. And then I also went ahead and I'm going to choose the shade Nostalgia right here. So I have them swatched out. It is these top 2 right here. It's going to be kind of hard to see Nostalgia, but it's actually a deeper light cream color. It's not real light. These are the 2 shadows from the ColourPop Through My Eyes palette. I'm really excited. I'm hopeful that I can hit pan on these. I know how hard ColourPop's shadows are to hit pan. And then, of course, I got another big clunking palette. It's just hard to try to pan eyeshadows in bigger palettes because they are so stinking huge. But how I've been successful with the Revolution Emily Wants palette is I kind of set it up in the forefront on my vanity and just left it there. So it made me reach for it every day. And with that being said, the next palette was the Morphe 35V palette. It is just a beautiful, beautiful, cool toned, just a gorgeous color scheme. This is when Morphe kind of revamped their formula, and I really actually enjoy this palette. You can tell it's definitely been well loved and well used. It's quite dirty. I need to maybe wipe it down a little bit to make it look new again. And I taped up the name up here, the sticker name, so it's not always falling and getting in the way. And I still have the shade names. And I actually really quite enjoy Morphe's formula, especially since they have redone it and reformulated. It's quite incredible. So there was such a huge array of shades to choose from in here. And since the majority of the shadows that I'm currently panning are matte shadows, with the exception of 2 or 3, I went ahead and I chose 2 shimmer shades in this palette, and I chose the shade Knockout right here, as well as the shade Shameless. And I already have them swatched for you guys. So here is the shade Knockout, which is just a real light icy white type of shade. I'm really excited. I can find these to use these for multiple purposes, mainly like your inner corner, your brow bone, and as a highlight, which is how I did with the Oh Heavens shade from the Emily Wants palette. And then I also went ahead and picked the shade Shameless right there, just because, and actually I think this color story as a whole, all 4 of these new shadows on my hand, I can probably create a real soft, subtle look with just these 4. So I'm really hopeful. I wasn't even trying to like necessarily pair them up like this, but it worked out. So I'm hopeful, you guys, that I can hit some more shadows and we will see how it goes. I have hit a total so far of 27 pans out of the 101 pans. It's a quarter of the way there, but not quite halfway yet. And that's only because I'm including everything that I can hit pan on towards my 101 pans. So we're getting there. It's all in good fun. And like I said, I really love the pan those eyeshadows type of projects. It doesn't mean, again, that you have to just focus on one shade in the palette. You can really use the whole palette. Just really pay close attention to the shadows that you did pick or were chosen. What I did for my look today, what do you guys think? I created a full cut crease today, and I used the Nomad Tokyo palette, which was one of my birthday gifts that I got. And I think the look is really, really gorgeous. This is an all pastel, just beautiful palette, you guys. My first ever indie brand purchase. I purchased this on one of my birthday gift cards, and I really think it's quite beautiful. Full cut crease, and I used a little bit of ColourPop's Glittery Obsessed little pots, and I kind of lined the upper portion of the cut crease, and it's kind of creasing a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I've had this on for about 4 hours now, so it's holding up really nice. The shadows in here are really gorgeous. They're just a little bit powdery. Nothing that really bothers me though. And I paired it with my Dose of Colors liquid lipstick and Bear With Me with Fenty's Fussy Lip Gloss on over top. And the lashes I'm wearing are the Cocoa lashes in the style 5th Avenue. So that is everything for this video and for this update, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. And of course, please don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below. And until my next video, everybody enjoy the rest of their day. Bye.